vibrations of light and love, connect to my highest self, and release all previous programming and unwanted energies. Thank you to my entire team of light for being with me while I perform this act of divination for Summer Wells. And it is my intention to do this tarot reading to be a channel for Summer to come through with her energy and to give us some insight on what happened to Summer Wells. I set aside my ego and personal identity so that I may be a clear channel to receive messages from Spirit and through the tarot cards in regards to Summer Moon Utah Wells. And so it is. Today's tarot reading, I'm going to connect with the energy of Summer Wells. Her name is Summer Moon Utah Wells, which is such a big name for such a little girl. Summer Wells has been missing since June 15th, 2021. She went missing from her home in Rogersville, Tennessee. The case is still unsolved today, over a year later. And at the time of her disappearance, she was only 5 years old. So right now, she is 6 years old. We do not know what happened to Summer Wells. We do not know if she is alive or not in the physical. So all we can do at this point is try to connect to her energy wherever she is, whether she's here on this planet or in heaven. But I am still going to light the candle in honor of Summer Moon Utah Wells and ask that her energy is present with us while we do this tarot reading. Okay. All right, Summer. This has been like a case that's been on my mind because it really bothers me when a child is missing. It especially bothers me when you don't have closure and you have no idea if she is even alive. So let's just try to find answers from the tarot. What happened to Summer Wells? One more shuffle. I'm just starting with the Herbal Astrology deck. That felt right. Okay. This is strange. Okay. All right. So, first three cards, we have Purpose, the Beloved, and we have Ancient Memory. And the very first, impression I have when those three cards came out together is that this is this happening is somehow connected, Ancient Memory, somehow connected to a karmic situation. And when I say that, I don't want anyone to think that I'm trying to say that Summer deserved this in any way, because that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that each and every family has a certain karmic obligation when you're speaking spiritually. That's why so many of us have traumas and stuff that we have to eventually work through. Now, if we can work through those traumas and get past them, it's like breaking, it's not necessarily a curse, but it's like breaking that curse that karma has on the family lineage. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, I find it interesting that those were the first 3 cards. And I don't know too much about Summer's case necessarily. It hasn't been talked about much lately. But I do know one thing, and that is that Summer's mother had a sister when she was younger who went missing, and no one ever found that sister. So it's some kind of pattern in this family, right? Okay, Summer, do you have anything you want to share about what happened? Oof. We got the "You Are Good Enough" card. Oh. And there's a woman in this one, in the moon. Maybe she's almost like a chosen one based on her looks. The blonde hair, the light colored eyes. Okay, let's see what else comes out. Wow, this is interesting. These two popped out together. A new start is coming, and it's time to take action. These are the exact same cards that I got on the 3rd tarot reading of the Idaho 4. So I wonder if there's going to be some kind of a break in this investigation, this unsolved case with Summer Wells. Oh, that's too many. Wow. The energy is gaining momentum. And of course, we have nothing is yet set in stone. Obviously, we know nothing really about what happened to Summer Wells. She disappeared from her own home, and while her own mother was there. And I think that the story is, by her mother, is that she was outside planting flowers, and Summer went inside to play with her brothers. And when it came down to it and she went to find Summer, she just couldn't find her. It is believed that she could have gone out the back door, or maybe someone was waiting for her. Summer's bedroom was in the basement, and there is a door to the outside from that basement as well. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to take about 3 cards from this deck. But first I'm going to shuffle. Summer Wells, what happened to you? Witnesses may not be fully disclosing all of the facts. I definitely resonate with this based on what I know, because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like the timeline is a little off, but at the same time, maybe they weren't looking at the clock, they didn't know the time. So I know that there are definitely some conflicting things happening, right? Oh, and this one, research similar crimes in the area to see if they are linked. So have other children gone missing around this area, even, you know, years ago? Maybe someone needs to research similar crimes around Rogersville, Tennessee, and around the place of her home. And we also got the victim engaged in unusual behavior prior to the crime. I don't know what this is supposed to mean. I know that there's a picture of her sleeping on the milk jugs in the back seat, and I know a lot of people thought that was strange. But, I mean, kids really do fall asleep in strange positions. That's not unusual. That's not unheard of. But if you go back and look at the timeline of events that took place, it was kind of a strange day. Very strange indeed. And with this card about the witnesses not giving all the facts, I want to know, why haven't we heard from the grandmother very much? We have heard from Summer's mother and father. The father allegedly was not there. But the grandmother was there. The mother was there. And a teenage boy who is a friend of the mother was there. And it's like everyone's story isn't quite matching up, and it's not quite making full sense. So again, maybe we need to look at similar cases in the area. Maybe there were other missing children, and if those were solved or unsolved, it could give clues into what happened to Summer. All right. Let's see. What happened to Summer? Okay, let's see. Tell me what happened to you, Summer. Oh, what was that? Oh, there it is. Oh my gosh. History. Past happened. Remember what I said about ancient memory? Confirmation right here. Some kind of strange energy regarding the whole family, in my opinion. And this is just my opinion. These are my interpretation of the cards that are coming up, right? Cleansing. We did that before we started this reading. Removing negativity. Clearing space. What happened to you, Summer? Can you tell me what happened? Can you give me more information about what happened to you, Summer? Ugh. We got these two. So first we got receipts, proof, show me. We really have no evidence of anything. There have been what are they? The scent dogs who followed a path down through the woods, all the way down a hill to a road. But that's really all we have at this time. But next we have settlement, agreement, compromise. So, was there some kind of agreement made and Summer was involved somehow in the settlement of that agreement? What happened to Summer? Ascension. Is she in heaven? What happened to you, Summer? Can you give me any information about what happened? Can you give me any more information about what happened to you? Oh, gosh. Huh. It says here, meeting. 2 or more people, discussions, planning. Goes pretty well with this, doesn't it? Settlement. Meeting. Oh my God, blood ties, inner circle, family. I am telling you. I am telling you, you guys. Remember? There's something in this bloodline that has to do with missing children. All right, and then we also got TikTok and the legal card. So maybe there is going to be a new energy coming in on this case to help bring it closer to justice in soon, because we got that TikTok card again. Oh, God. Okay, we got the lockbox. Closed in, trapped, frustrated. This is like being held hostage, being held in a prison, right? Wow. We have access granted, social media, fake profile, hiding. I really think that what this is like anything that we see online or in the news regarding this timeline is meant to confuse us. Why else would it say fake profile, hiding? It's like they want us to be confused about what happened here, right? Someone had their eyes on Summer. And I wouldn't be surprised if somewhere maybe on the internet or in a journal that maybe someone wrote about this, or there's some kind of correspondence, possibly. It's just gonna, it's gonna be hard because it's been so long. So are they even looking at all the right things anymore? All right. Thank you, Summer. Do you have anything else to tell me from this deck about what happened to you, Summer? What happened to you, Summer? What happened? Tell me more. Two cards came out. Interview, talk, conversation, get on the same page. And then it says, now, present moment, today. So, I don't know if there's any kind of new information that recently came out presently. But what this is really saying is that we need to start talking about Summer. This is why it's going to be difficult to break the case. I feel like we've lost some steam, if you know what I mean. They're not talking about it anymore. So it's time to get on the same page. It's time to actually look through those interviews and actually get a timeline pinned down. I feel like maybe they've already done that, but I feel like we need to see a real timeline. Come on. Any other messages for us, Summer? What happened? What happened to you, Summer? Retaliation. Remember. All right. Okay. I'm going to shuffle this Rider-Waite deck a few times. We'll see if anything comes out that can give us any more insight regarding what happened to Summer Wells. The Queen of Pentacles reversed. I really feel like it's because, as far as evidence is concerned and witnesses and stuff, no one saw anything. Because notice she's looking at the pentacle, but this one's reversed. So no one was around when the actual crime or disappearance took place. No one who is willing to speak on it, anyway. We also got the World card and the Nine of Wands. So, honestly, the world card, right away, the impression I got was bringing me right back here, you guys. So, I definitely feel like there's some kind of, like, family karma playing out here. I don't know what, but what does this tell you? Let me know what you think about this. But the defenses are definitely up right now. I feel like this is why people aren't talking. They're feeling like they're being blamed for everything, even whether or not they know anything at all. But it's just because nothing is really making sense based on what we've been told thus far, right? Okay, Summer, do you want to give us any other messages from Herbal Astrology? Is that too many? That's too many. We did get the death card. This message had like 4 cards though. Okay, and then we got the Weaver and the Radiance card were next to each other as well. And I feel like with the Weaver card, that's Lavender. I just feel like she was such a happy and vibrant child. She was definitely she had a spark of life in her and a twinkle in her eye, and she was radiant, just like what I was being told on the, you know, the last True Crime Tarot with Kaylee. She was showing her radiance, and that was part of what they didn't like. And we also have the Surrender card. Okay. Any final messages for us regarding what happened to you, Summer? Oh my gosh. It says here, intervention, rescue, others involved. You guys, look at the image. It's like they're in a hole. Did someone put her in a hole? In a well, for instance? Are there any wells in the area? Not the last name Wells, but you know what I mean. The big holes in the ground that are a well. A well. Look at this image. Others are involved. Is there property somewhere connected to this family that has a well? Or a bunker, like underground, something underground. Ooh. I dropped those. What else do you have for us, Summer? Do you have anything else to let us know? Oh my God. So sad. God. These 2 cards came out. We got, first it says crushed, sad, broken, feeling alone. And we got this one, poison. It says toxic, unhealthy behaviors, people. And I do know that this poor, sweet child had some toxic, unhealthy behaviors and people in her life. And that's the one thing that's probably caused this. Something about the toxic behavior of the people around her. Because these came out together. It's incredibly, incredibly sad. So sorry, Summer. This one stuck to the table and I just felt compelled to show you. Not facing truth, irrational reasoning. Seriously, the story doesn't make sense. If you haven't heard this story, you should look into it because it doesn't make sense. The story coming out of the mouth of her mother does not make sense. I'm not blaming her mother for what had happened, but the story and the timeline is really messed up. And maybe it has to do with some of the toxic behaviors that she partakes in her life that caused it to be a little bit blurry and confused. But it's definitely not really coming together and making much sense. And I definitely get the feeling there were other people involved, and that it definitely has something to do with like some kind of family karma or trauma from this family lineage. I'm so sorry, Summer. Okay, you guys. Let's see. Do you want to tell us anything else about the crime that took place that caused you to go missing? Wow. Okay, so these cards say killer, but it's only because they're murder mystery cards. You can just put, instead of killer, let's just say the person who took her. So the person who took her may have an item that belongs to her. And the person who took her has a history of committing crimes. Very interesting. Okay, do you have any final messages you want to give us before we go today, Summer? Thank you so much. Surrender to the divine. I hate to say it, you guys, but I think Summer is a little angel now. I think that's all I can do right now. I'm so sorry, Summer. Okay. Thank you, Summer, for being here with us and giving us information about your disappearance. I'm so sorry. I want everyone now to pray for Summer Wells. Pray for justice for Summer Wells. All right, Summer Wells, I now release you to go back to the energy from where you came. Thank you so much for being here and offering us insights into your disappearance. And now I release you. Goodbye. I love you.